Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with the next part of the PU Road to Top 10. Thank you everybody for all the support. I also just launched another series with my boy Blunder, Be on a High Ladder, so it's kind of similar to Road to Top 10, except Top 10 isn't necessarily a goal. In that, just whatever high ladder is, it can even be higher than Top 10, it could be a little bit lower. But we're using BL mons and on teams, on every single team, and trying to, use them in OU. But yeah, thank you everybody for all the support on the PU Road to Top 10. I appreciate it. I wasn't sure how PU would do, considering it's, it's not OU, which is obviously, it's the bottom of the barrel, right? I guess unless you count like ZU under, which I don't even know. It's like, yeah, it's not even. Well, it's here. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I saw a lot of comments. Obviously, I saw some top comments, so don't worry. There's some Pokemon that were top comments that are not on this team, but they will be in the next team. I already have the next team ready and everything, just based on it. But if y'all want to leave support for different Pokemon you want to see, this one obviously has Aurorus, which was asked for, and Girder. You can leave those comments down below. But yeah, let's get right into team preview. So starting off the team, we have a return of Kangaskhan from the last episode. Silk Scarf to boost our Fake Out and Double Edge with Scrappy. We are hitting Ghost types with our normal type coverage. Earthquake is there for Steel and Rock types, and Sucker Punch is a little bit of priority versus those Ghost types as well. Absolutely love Kangaskhan, and from the last episode, I saw it put in a ton of work, so I was really excited to use it again. Adamant max attack just to boost. Basically had the highest damage output Double Edge without using like a choice band. Mudsdale is the Stealth Rocker from our squad. Also has Toxic for bulky waters. Earthquake and Rock Slide, some nice coverage in that as well. It is our ground check for obviously electric types as well, and it's a nice physical check on the team too. We have Aurorus, another Pokemon that we actually fought a lot last episode, and I wanted to try it out myself. But we have Choice Specs Aurorus here with Blizzard, 100% accurate Blizzards because of our Snow Warning ability. Freeze Dry gives us some stab coverage that allows us to hit water types as well for super effective damage. We have Earth Power for those steel types, and then we have Hidden Power Rock, which is also stab, but it's good for Pokemon that are in the air. It's basically good for flying types while being stab as well. Obviously we do have Blizzard, but it's still a decent move in general. Modest, max special attack, and then max speed. We're trying to maximize our damage output with the choice specs. Alolan Sandslash pairs very well with Aurorus. Obviously with the Slush Rush, we do have that double speed under Hail. Swords Dance, Ice Crash, Earthquake, and Rapid Spin. This is also our spin support for the team. I don't know why that 4 defense is so close to each other, but we have ICMZ, so we have a Sub-Zero Slammer, so we have a Nuke when we go for +2, and that can actually knock out Pokemon like Defensive Mesprit and whatnot. It's just really good. Also, to have a 100% accurate, Ice move when you're at +2 instead of risking Ice Crash missing as well. But Ice plus ground coverage is really nice, which is why we are lacking the steel coverage. Girder, another Pokemon that we fought a lot last episode, is the next member of the squad. It is a great answer to a lot of physical threats as well, just because of the Eviolite boosting its defense, and obviously we are Impish Nature. But this is a standard set with Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Knock Off, and Mach Punch for that priority. And this Pokemon, it's really tough to take down. I don't know if any of you guys actually saw the last episode, which I encourage you to do, but I had to wear it down. I had to give it guts most of the time just so I can wear it down because it's so bulky, especially after a few bulk ups. And last but not least, we do have Choice Scarf Mesprit, the glue of the PU tier. We have Healing with support, which is really nice, especially when you pair that with Pokemon without recovery, as we do have on our team. But for example, Double Edge Kangaskhan is doing a lot of damage to itself all the time. Obviously, Aurorus is weak to rocks. Mudsdale does not have any recovery either, so Healing Wish is really nice for that. Also giving us a fighting type check on the team with Psychic. Ice Beam is also some nice coverage as well. And then U-Turn for momentum. But that is the team for today's episode. Let us get right into the battles. Alright guys, so we have our first game of the live, and a pretty bulky team. Well, like these two together are kind of bulky, but I feel like Specs Aurorus is just going to click buttons. And even like Girder, if it gets its guts and knocks Quag, we're pretty good versus this guy. Now, as far as overall leads go, I guess Aurorus is going to heal though, right? So I don't really get much damage initially on Mesprit. I'm kind of filling my own Mesprit just so I can U-turn out on his Mesprit, which I'm thinking that's what he's going to go off with, and get some chip off on him. I do think that Girder is going to be very important in this game. Mudsdale is going to be key for dealing with Ideally, Dodrio, Hitmonchan, and the Mawile, so it is a little bit pressured in this game, especially if I want to get a Brox watching an MVOA. Which one? I might as well ask him. I'll put the timer on him, but I wonder which one he's watching, because like we had some really good MBL games, I think towards the end of the season. I had to double check and think. I thought it said NBA for a second, but MBL is one of the draft leagues we're in. So yeah, we're gonna go the Aurorus route actually, as my opponent leads off with Mawile. Now Mawile, the Intimidate goes after my ability, which means that I will be faster. However, I don't want to obviously sack PU Physical Wall. Earth Power does 100,000,000% minimum, so we're going to click that, and we're going to kill the Mawile turn 1. I want to get Z down in Season 3. That was a fire one. So we got rid of my opponent's Blizzard Resist, not that Mawile would have been able to live. Ideally, this was a Rocker too, so we don't have to deal with Rocks this game. If that is a Calm Mind Mesprit, that does prove a problem, but between U-turn and Fake Out, plus Hail stopping potentially leftover, that's really nice. So getting rid of Mawile turn 1, fantastic. Glad I didn't overpredict there. Looks like Blizzard did 64 to 75%. So Hitmonchan comes in. Big fan of. Should I actually? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Girder here, because if I knock off what I'm assuming to be an Eviolite, first off, I'm a delivery hit. Great play on my opponent's part. But if I knock off what I'm assuming to be an Eviolite, excuse me, Assault Vest, would have made this a lot easier. So Girder's really good in this. This could be HP fighting. I'm going to make the Mesprit mid-ground, because I don't want him Psyche MZing me as well, or Dazzling Gleam. Never-Ending Nightmare, fantastic play. Very, very, very nice play on my opponent's part. That was sick. That's all I can say. I'm glad I didn't go Sand Slash though, because I definitely do value that Pokemon. And Mesprit obviously had the least amount of use, use, I feel. This could be like an Ice Beaming set though. I'm good with faking out here, even if that does allow in Quagsire or Aurora, just because my Girder is going to start clicking buttons. We already knew that. We know that this isn't Scarf now, which makes it a little bit easier. And again, every bit of chip on Quagsire is going to matter towards ideally winning with Aurorus, for instance. As far as status goes, probably do just want Girder to come in here. If he burns me, then my Drain Punches are stronger and my knockoffs are stronger. I could see a potential double on my opponent's part too. Fake Out did 14, which means that Double Edge is going to do around the 40% range. Like low 40% is, if I'm not mistaken. Whoa. Okay, I got the lowest roll, that's why. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. If Hail wasn't ending, I might actually try and do this. Wow, I did not expect that much. So if I had seen 17, I obviously do like the higher 40s, but I was assuming 14 was like a max roll type of thing. So that's cool. So definitely knocking is going to be a good play here. Looks like this is maybe Curse Quagsire. I still do value a knockoff. Even if it does start cursing up, I'll beat it anyway later. And we're going to make the Mudsdale play just so we can Toxic. Obviously, Waterfall is going to hurt, but I don't care as much about it considering they're boosting my stamina. And I do value a Toxic here initially, just because their next Waterfall isn't going to be able to knock me out anyway. And obviously, Dodrio answers are looking more slim, but look at his Ice answers too. However, Hitmonchan is looking to beat me, so I have to keep Girder alive. We'll just get up Rocks here. He's going to knock me out now anyway, and I can safely bring out young Specs Aurorus and pick up my KO on this Pokemon with Blizzard. Obviously, Hitmonchan can take this decently well. Rocks are only necessary because I didn't really gain much. Wow, you barely took that. Rocks are only necessary because I didn't really gain much from clicking Earthquake, because Quagsire's already in range of Kangaskhan and stuff, and we're definitely making the Girder play here. Eat that Mach Punch up. Lovely. I think Drain Punching is best no matter what my opponent does. Like, I was thinking about knocking off, trying to catch maybe the... oh, I'm faster than you too. Beautiful. Knocking off, trying to catch maybe the Mesprit, but I'm good with this going down, especially because my main way of dealing with Mesprit is going to be probably the combination of Kangaskhan plus Sand Slash here. Now, obviously, when Mesprit comes in, I want to be a little bit careful, because it being offensive is kind of scary. Like, Psychic is very scary, and I need to be careful about Dodrio too. I do think that Girder is going to beat Aldino, it's going to beat Hitmonchan, and it can beat Dodrio, probably a little Brave Bird to be honest. He already uses Z, so it may be Bandit or Scarf Dodrio. I'm pretty sure if I bulk up in the face of Audino, I'll live every hit from Dodrio. So I have to be careful around this Pokemon, how I want to play around it. We're going to go the Kangaskhan into... Wow. I guess he's still trying to get my Sand Slash, but lovely. Because I get a... I definitely wasn't... I was just trying to see which was better in this case. There's no way Sucker Punch does 51%. I'm going to calculate, but I already know, even in offensive Mesprit, there's no way that's not offensive, but I don't do 51. It's not that strong. 40, I guess at max I do, but Double Edge is a guarantee KO. Get rid of that Mesprit, beautiful. That's really going to help my Girder out, obviously. Now, Dodrio can come out if it wants to and probably click. I jump kick, ends up going out into Audino. Hold up. Tier. NU. Okay, cool. Just making sure I'm not messing up here. I don't think there's anything wrong with me going Aurorus. He can't wish pass to anything. If he goes for not, cool. I'm not gonna let Girder get knocked, obviously. Yeah, he can't. He still can't pass to anything. I just click Blizzard until I'm sure he's not gonna switch. Because like I said, he can't go out into his. Oh, okay, perfect. So I get Session and I pretty much pick up a KO now. The best play is actually to click Earthquake because it doesn't allow Hitmonchan in. I don't think Dodrio would ever come in. Is this shiny? It is shiny! It is! I can SD in his face. Shouldn't be able to beat me. And just click Icicle Crash. Maybe I should Earthquake here just in case he goes Hitmonchan. Because obviously, like I said, Hitmonchan is the one that's scaring me. But if he sacks Dodrio, for instance, it's kind of a wrap. How much does my Earthquake do? I never did it. Yeah, I just keep clashing. Like this is the only turn I don't want. Like if I miss right here, it'd be bad. But Hitmonchan going down is fantastic. Dodrio comes out. He's gonna jump kick here, but I just sack Aurorus just to get the chip off on him. And if he has Scarf, bulk up Girder wins anyway because he takes Stealth Rock and I knock him out with Mach Punch. So we're gonna find out if this boy's Scarf right now. If he's not, I click ICMZ right here. Yep, he is. Okay, so that's fine because I literally go bulk up Girder. I click that bulk up, and basically I'll beat Audino and I have Fake Out in the back for Scarf Dodrio. So that's good game. So that's why I made that play, right? Just to check. That also did 16, which is hilarious. How little that did. That's actually hilarious. Good game, bro. Yeah, and his only way of Audino beating me is clicking Toxic, so you're going to be giving me Guts, and I'll just be swap. You want to see the Fire Sand Slash set. Hey! I like this guy a lot. I do. Very nice. That did not do a lot, considering I'm a Girder. But it doesn't matter. He can't win anyway. Like, it's a choke if I actually go for bulk ups on Protect. I just keep clicking that. GG. Alright, so that's win number 1 of the day. Let's pause it until we find another one. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be real. This is exactly what I think about when I think of the words PU. This is like webs plus Pokemon that wish they were good, and webs cannot help them. Now, what I'm thinking is it's Focus Sash Lead, a Masquerain, Rapid Spin, maybe bulk up Hitmonlee, which Mesprit's going to be nice for checking. Absol, but Absol is beaten by Mudsdale unless Absol is running Dark EMZ, which I think Mudsdale still takes. Plus I do have Girder's Mach Punch in the back for that, which is going to be really key here for checking both Amistar and Absol. I think even my Fake Out plus Sucker Punch is going to be really good. My Aurorus just clicks Blizzard. Oh, and they lead off with this. Perfect. So, I mean, Hydro Pump is going to be a little bit annoying. It looks like it's not actually anything like what I was thinking, but Hydro Pump will be annoying, but I rather potentially sack than allow a setup for that. Now, they do go Matang, which is cool because, I mean, it does give my opponent rocks. It could double back, but they do opt for the rocks. Now, every bit of chip damage on Matang is going to be important for either Kangaskhan knocking it out or even me clicking Blizzard here. I don't mind clicking rocks again at all. Shiinotic comes out. Now, with rocks up, I have break-in potential sashes. One thing that also wins, which is really clear, is a Alolan Sand Slash. So, right here, I kind of have to choose what mon that I want to be, What Mon do I want to be put to sleep? Now I'm kind of thinking Mudsdale just because I can Healing Wish it later. And I do want to get off Toxic because this is one of the few Mons that is stopping my Girder. So I actually do value that Toxic right now. As they go for Giga Drain. Does a really, really, really good chunk. Now I don't want them to Spore on the next hit, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But as I mentioned, I do like the fact that I was able to get off the poison there. I can spin later. I gotta keep true to my game plan though. Yeah, I always go Mesper here, I feel. As they hit in power. What is this set? Like I'm thinking about your other moves. Do you actually have Spore? I'm gonna U-turn. I was actually a little bit curious as to what my opponent wanted to do there. Now, keeping Mesper healthy is important, at least for Hitmonchan, but I mean Girder will beat his entire team once I get rid of Masquerain. Obviously Rocks allows me to do. I should go Matang here and click Earthquake, and that will allow in Shiinotic. I'm actually okay with that. I mean Mudsdale, I said Matang, but I think this is fair. Especially because I can Rock Slide if he ends up going out into Masquerain or anything anyway. I don't know how much I actually do to Shiinotic because Shiinotic does not have the best HP stat. Oh my gosh, why is that a 2-hit KO? That is so... Bro, you were so good. You were so close to being a good Pokemon. You were actually so close to being a good Pokemon. Now, if he goes Masquerain, okay, I mean, if he goes Amistar, I always click Earthquake. I cannot let you Shell Smash at my face, sir. Go ahead and Scald me. Right out into Aurorus we go. Still clicking that Freeze Dry. I broke its potential Sash. Matang is going to take so much from this. Like with the Stealth Rock and Chip. I mean, like look at where Matang is now and where it was before. And I kind of think that Sandslash is fair. I'll be able to live every hit, BP, whatever it wants to go for. Matang gets an attack raise, which is a little bit concerning, but considering it's not very strong, like I don't even think this Earthquake or whatever it wants to go for will knock me out. Yeah, and I'm going to be able to get rid of the Matang right here while also getting rid of Rocks, which is great for Aurorus. Now, obviously, Sandslash being this low, a little bit annoying for me, but like with Fake Out, being able to deal with half the Pokemon my opponent has, and then, like I said, Girder in the back, I think I'll be okay. Now, I just want to make sure that Absol does go down to my Mach Punch. Wow, is that even super effective? Cannot tell. I'm just gonna Sub-Zero Slammer here, dude. Like, forget it. Sandslash wasn't 100% necessary considering he has a lot to revenge it, but getting rid of the bigger threat to my team is really nice. And now I just get to click Psychic with my Mesprit. So just click Crash again here. He might Mach Punch me, he might Drain Punch, he might Throat Chop. I don't care. But now my Mesprit is in a position. What's the word? Poised? Whatever. It's in a position to click Psychic here. If Amistar comes out and I don't 2-hit KO it, and I don't knock it out because I'm modest, like I'm good either way. I should be able to beat Masquerain with the insane amount of priority that I have in the back. And Psychic does not knock you out, which is fair, but you go for Scald over Shell Smashing, so we're going to be able to click Psychic again. Masquerain's going to come out. Had they Shell Smash there, I would have sacked the Aurorus and then brought out probably Kangaskhan. But nice. Good game, dude. So a few things changed up a bit. I just tried to attack where my opponent couldn't get a position to win. Obviously, getting rid of Shiinotic was crazy. And, I mean, Girder in the back was always going to be cool. That's actually the reason why I decided to Sub-Zero Slammer the Absol. Because if he Sucker Punches, fine, I go down. Assuming I went down at 30%, which I think it did because Absol is relatively strong. But if he Swords Dances, I knock him out. And it's not like that Pokemon was key to me winning. I think we're 12-1 now after that. Okay, well, I'll pause until we find the battle and the ladder updates, and then we'll be right back. I find it absolutely insane that Sableye is down here. Obviously, when I think of Sableye, though, I think of Mega Sableye initially. Now, as far as my opponent's team goes, super weak to a Alolan Sandslash, so Alolan Sandslash plus Hail is probably going to be the way I win this game. I'm going to lead Mudsdale versus my opponent because Rocks are really good. If they defog, that's fine. I don't think I'll die to anything Frostlass goes for either, as they end up leading off with Sableye. Now, a Taunt could come out. I clicked Toxic anyway because I didn't lose much if he went for knockoff. And now if they opt to burn me here, I get an Aurorus. They don't have a Dougie that actually traps, so This is still relatively safe for me. We can just freeze dry here. This is gonna do a lot. Ooh, nice Frost Blast. Does it run like Spadef? No, it does not. It does not at all. In fact, I'm going to click this again. Unless you're like Hex, I have no reason to not click it. They went Lantern there, and unless they're actually faster than me, like they better be max speed, they're gonna die. Also, Lantern needs Hydro Pump to knock me out. So I'm great with Lantern being in range. What are you switching to? Like, what's the game plan? I just keep clicking this button. Oh, the game plan was Snow Cloak. Okay. What do they expect? I feel like Kangaskhan is fine, unless I get Will-O-Wisp now. I can avoid the Shadow Ball, obviously, yeah. And just gonna click Double Edge immediately because obviously my Scrappy ability doesn't care. I do get a crit on Sableye, which is okay. I mean, I'm not gonna get burnt here. I'm gonna go Aurorus. If they recover, I obviously just click Specs Blizzard, and at that point, I kind of pick up a KO on their team. Provided, yeah. So Frost is going down, great. Obviously, that's great for my Sand Slash. This is going to be key for me breaking through the Sableye as well, so I'll probably Healing Wish this thing if it comes back. Focus Blast and other options this Pokemon can do. Mesprit is probably a good mid-ground as it tanks the Focus Blast, it'll tank the Twinkle Tackle, it'll tank all that stuff. Now, the worst play I can make is U-turning here into Sand Slash. The best play my opponent can make for me is actually forfeiting. So what I was thinking about here was what do I U-turn out into? And honestly, I don't think Altaria can break Mudsdale, even if it is Heal Bell set, Dragon Dance Heal Bell. I definitely would have U-turned, but I'm not sure what I would have went out into. The worst play was going Sand Slash because if they Focus Blast again, I'd be dead. But then again, they probably wouldn't Focus Blast again in that position. So I don't know. Also, they were Scarf. That's something to note right here. We found that out by Hail right now. So hopefully I would have noticed that before going over U-turn. So U-turn was actually a good play because they were Scarf. Nice. Depending on what they went out into, I would have been good. But alright, we'll pause until we find another battle. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got another cool looking PUS team. Like, I remember Monferno being really good back in the day. I don't know about now how it is, but Mudsdale deals with Luxray, deals with potentially Monferno and Absol. It's going to get up rocks. He does have a Defogger and Luminion. Big fan of Kangaskhan in this. He's definitely going to get up Hazards versus me. Doesn't like my Sand Slash, but I mean, with this thing, luckily this thing doesn't get Roost, even though it kind of looks like it should be Water Flying almost. Luckily it doesn't get Roost. So I think we're going to go the Mudsdale route because it gives me a great option versus like Luxray. Unfortunately, I lead off with something that beats a lot of my team. This could have Synthesis as well. I don't want to get up rocks in front of you. I would just Mesprit here. They could U-turn if they want, but Scald is relatively free versus my build. Maybe what I should actually do, this thing gets U-turn by the way, is go Girder and allow them to give me Guts, and then, no, don't U-turn on my Girder with your fish. So unfortunately I'm in a position that I don't like too much. Luckily this looks to be their Stealth Rocker, so I can actually trade rocks with them if need be. I'll also tank the Psychic. Like obviously this is important for Absol, but I already know I have Mach Punch in the back and I can also fake it out, so we're going to go for Toxic here. Attempting to, ooh, you boosted my defenses even more. Attempting to poison either this or Luminion. Getting a poison off of Luminion obviously is going to go a long way in terms of beating it later with Girder. There's no way Scald from this weak Pokemon knocks me out. Maybe I can just spam rocks, let them knock me out, and then go Kangaskhan and pick up my KO. And that does open up obviously Luxray versus me, but that opens up Luxray really good versus me, actually. No, it doesn't. Girder's gonna wall Luxray for days. I'm just trying to think. Does Luminion actually... Yeah, you suck. Go ahead and Scald spam. You can burn me too if you want. I will get up my rocks and I will beat this Luminion 1v1. Not really, but... I don't... Like, as long as they're spending turns defogging, I can like, break through it. Like, I'm thinking about, like, obviously this is great as a pivot into everything, but I'm really worried about this Pokemon itself. Alright, so Kangaskhan comes out now. They don't appreciate this Pokemon at all, either. It runs physically defensive. Ah, cool. So I'm probably going to be faster than it as well. Dude, is Monferno a counter? Wait, do they run... Like, are they speed boosted in this? No, no, no. I don't like the fact that you're going to be a little bit faster than me. That looks like Life Orb, too. That did a lot. I can't U-turn on you. I'm actually going to click Ice Beam as opposed to U-turning because it hits Absol. And there it's in range of... Oh my gosh, I get a freeze, which is pretty big, too. We're going to switch out into Kangaskhan, though, as my opponent does try to actually pursuit me there. And don't see a double edge switching, so just click it. They do try and sucker punch. That freeze was obviously pretty big for my for me. That's just it. Now, as long as I get rid of the Monferno, I should be able to sweep him with Sand Slash. Girder also is still super, like, it's stupid good in this game. Bro, are you physically defensive? Yeah, like if you're physically defensive, you're gonna die. So I keep my rocks up, awesome. Luxray might be Intimidate, it might be Guts, which is what I'm thinking. Big Inferno comes out. And when I'm talking about Sand Slash, by the way, I think it can sweep him without even getting up anything. I'm okay with him fire moving here anyway. This is Choice Band, right? Is that Choice Band? No, that's not Choice Band. No way, that's Choice Band. Absolutely no way that's Choice Band. Yeah, I'd rather Ice Beam and weaken you so I can just get out of Aurorus and click a button. Because Aurorus just gets to come out and just click Blizzard now. It's going to pick up KOs on everything my opponent brings out. And that is the Luxray that I'm a little bit worried about in a sense, but I'm pretty sure Kangaskhan will destroy that. Wow, Earthquake does 78 min. So yeah, we're going to click the Fake Out first because Fake Out is absolutely free versus my opponent. Monferno can't come in on it. And we can just click Earthquake here and knock you out. I could double edge, but I might as well keep myself healthy, especially because we're getting rid of that Pokemon. And like I said, Girder is in the back, so it doesn't have to. I don't have to worry about Monferno. I just go hard Girder on that Pokemon. I guess they're not jolly. They're adamant, so they wanted to forfeit there. All right, I mean that's cool. We take those. We take those. Let's go look for another game real quick. I'll pause until we find one. Be right back. Okay, so my opponent's team is fire, but it's also ridiculously weak to me leading off with Aurorus and clicking buttons. Oh, and the lead Sableye too, so I get a free Blizzard right here. Like, I don't care about the resistances at all. I click Specs Blizzard. I'm pretty sure Aggron's gonna be 2 KO because of its terrible special defense stat. You better be Spadef, bro. Yeah, I'm about to say, dude, you're gonna be 2 KO by this beast as well. What if he's Custap? So I get rid of what I thought to be a giant threat in terms of like something that can, you know, set up. And now in front of Aggron, I can go Mudsdale. I can set up rocks in front of that too if I care at all. That does absolutely nothing. I break Sturdy too, which is awesome. Now I could go for Toxic here, but I mean, rocks mean he's gonna lose a Pokemon every single turn, right? Why not go for them? And again, Toxic would have been an option there for the Eggy. Now, Eggy's annoying, but not the best versus me. My Sand Slash wins and my Aurorus wins. These two Pokemon win. I don't think that can be denied. We're going to make the Mesmer play just in case he sleeps or substitutes. And what I can do is give my opponent Girder. Girder loses to every Pokemon on my opponent's team. Almost every Pokemon. So I can give them Girder there as they go for sub again. And I actually, because it looks like they're sub-psychic. Ooh. You're annoying. Wow, but I think I'm going to beat you. Let me be annoying here too. Let me get some Hail Off on my opponent and force them to maybe Giga Drain me. At this point, I think they do go for Giga Drain. This is annoying. He keeps just harvesting. But he has 13 subs left. As I mentioned, I think Girder doesn't do anything. Oh, and they have Psyshock too. That's perfect. So I actually live that, and I can just spam Knockoff. Now, the thing about Knockoff and Harvest and well, I think when it comes to Knockoff, I know Recycle, you can't get items back. Like, if they want to sub, I'll be fine. And if they want to do that, y'all can give me another Pokemon. Give it Aurorus, Lord Aurorus, another free kill. There's no way you're max speed. Also, you're not going to knock me out anyway. So you can give Lord Aurorus another free kill. Beautiful. Unfortunately, without my Hail, I'm kind of scared here. So we're gonna make the Mudsdale play once again as they go for Heavy Slam, and I'll Toxic here even if they go for Rocks. I don't care. It's more so about not letting in Eggy for free. So do whatever you want. Now that I think about it, why would I not just go Mesprit and click Ice Beam? It still doesn't let Eggy in for free. They're not going for Heavy Slam, obviously. Ice Beam knocks them out. Even if they go Skuntank, I don't care. As long as Aggron's gone and I don't let Eggy in for free. Sableye comes out. Okay. Maybe I should keep this thing around for Oricorio. They're going to burn me here, right? Double Edge is going to click buttons. Actually, they're going to taunt, most likely. They're gonna knock here, excuse me, and then they're gonna taunt as I go out to this Pokemon, which is Earthquake. It looks like they're Rocky Helmet, potentially. And even if they go for Will-O-Wisp now, I get an Aurorus, and I get to click buttons one more time. The horse still deals with this, and I can always Healing Wish this thing if it becomes a problem. Bro, this is a Specs Blizzard. I know you're Spadef, but get out of there. This is an Aurorus, bro. Pom-Pom, Wait, what are you gonna do to me? Is that gonna knock me out? Oh, that's definitely not gonna knock me out. Yep, go ahead and give me another Pokemon, and I got the ICMZ Sand Slash in the back. They didn't even pursue, which is great. I'm clicking Toxic every single time. No, they got me. Rock Slide did 19, which means they're defensive. I die to Leech Seed if they go for it here. If I get in Mud... No, I don't die to Leech Seed. Psyshock knocks me out. Okay. Aurorus should be able to beat them with Freeze Dry, and I still have Sand Slash in the back, so I'm gonna Healing Wish my Aurorus now. Perfect. So I get my Aurorus in. I'm no longer burnt. I don't know what their last move is. Like, they haven't gone for Giga Drain yet, which is weird to me. Oh, bro, you're gonna die. I'm sorry. This is Specs. You should have went... I guess they didn't have Giga Drain at all on their set. Like, what was their last move? It makes no sense. Did I just knock him out with a Specs Freeze Dry? Okay, Aurorus, you beast. Obviously, Hale picked it up there, but I can't tell. Do I give Aurorus a thumbnail or do I give Girder the thumbnail? Like both of them were so fire. Girder... Actually, no. I think Aurorus was a little bit more consistent in terms of all it did was click. Plus, it looks like a dragon almost. I mean, it's a dinosaur, but all I did was click Blizzard this entire time. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you guys want to check out BO to High Ladder episode 2, that's already over on Blunder's channel. And if that video gets 3,000 likes in a day, I am uploading the next part on my channel tomorrow. If not, you guys are going to have to wait a little bit. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.